Hi, welcome back. Thanks for joining me today. My name's Kari Waltz. I share tips, tools, and techniques for the artist in you. Today's focus is on journaling. Journaling with watercolor has allowed me to paint anywhere I want. And I'm going to show you the kit that I'm putting together for a weekend hike with my husband. And since we're going to be hiking, I want to limit the weight. So when I can make art convenient, lightweight, accessible, then I'm going to create on the go. And please join me in this journey and make a kit for yourself and go off and hike, or at least walk around the block and paint something you see. One of the first things you want to do when you're packing for a hiking trip is figure out how to limit the weight in your backpack. This journal has a few pages left from previous trips I've taken this past year. The last entry was November, so I have a few things that I could fill in here that are a possibility, and I do like having something that already has some of my work in it. So when I'm talking to people about my art, I can show them some things that are already completed. However, this has some weight to it. I can make some journals. I handmade this one, but when I looked at taking it, the trouble that is it doesn't fit in my art kit. This is what I want to limit my taking the size of my pack to be, which is quite small for an art kit, but I think I can get everything in here that I need to for this trip. One of the things I'm reconsidering is the amount of paint I'm taking, because I am going to be hiking in the winter. It's not going to have a lot of fall foliage and color there. And my smaller Altoid tin that has my 3 primaries in burnt sienna might be just the ticket for this trip. I've decided to take a bag that was a little bit larger, not much, but about 1 inch wider, so it won't crowd things quite so much. I have met my goal of artwork for a weekend away at less than a pound, 15.21 ounces. Let me show you what's inside. Water bottle with a little water in it. Limited palette of 4 colors. The primary plus burnt sienna, a clip, and a kneaded eraser. My other tools: white opaque gel pen, a pipette to fill my water brushes. This is a Uniball eye, a pen I like to draw with, a mechanical pencil, 2 water brushes just in case I want to share the passion with somebody else or one of them gets clogged up, which is very rare. And I'm going to bring 2 elegant writers just in case one starts to die, because I've used him quite a bit, and a 005 micron pen. I also use Prismacolor 005, but taking the micron this time. I decided to go ahead and take this journal so that I could possibly finish it off and start a new one in the near future. I have 6 paper towels, which will be plenty for the weekend. I have extra watercolor paper and index cards so that I can demonstrate on the index cards if somebody wants to know how it works, and I won't be wasting my good watercolor paper for that. I also am bringing 1 small tube of gouache. It is opaque, and sometimes I mix with watercolor, or it helps if I need to cover something up. I can also use the white pen to do similar things, but it's just an option that's nice to have. An extra clip, I always carry those with me because I don't want my paper towels to go flying when I'm painting. And I decided on this trip to also carry this small journal that I made when I visited the hike-in the last time. So if you want to really go lightweight on an event or an excursion, make your own journal. Excuse me. Make your own journal, which doesn't weigh much. 1 pen, 1 limited palette, some paper towels. Okay, throw in an elegant writer, another small pen, a pipette, and a mechanical pencil, and it's less than half a pound. So if I really want to limit what I'm doing, I can get it down to less than half a pound. Well, actually, that's like 1/4 of a pound right there. So there's so many options when you work with watercolor. Now let me show you this, just in case you might be interested in creating something of your own. This was my journal from our last trip up there. I thought I grabbed one that had watercolor paper in it. This one actually has drawing paper, but it worked. Did a little sketch of a tree, documented how they have endless coffee, water, hot tea, and lemonade. We hiked over to Springer Mountain, which is the beginning of the Appalachian Trail. So that's the very first blaze of the Appalachian Trail. And there's a plaque that's mounted into the rock at that area. Nimblewheel Gap is a gap that is right before a very steep incline, and so we call this Kick Your Butt Gap. So I had to document that. This is just a little sketch to show a distant view, and this was where the hikers have their documentation of beginning or ending the Appalachian Trail. There is a log book inside this drawer, and it's kept locked by a branch, which I thought was pretty cool. But anyway, go to Springer Mountain, open it up, take a look at who's beginning and ending the Appalachian Trail. And part of the trail up to the end is the approach trail. At one point, you break to the right to continue the end, or you stay left to go on up to Springer Mountain. So it's a great way to document something and carry a lot less weight. So I hope you've gotten a few hints and tricks for today, that you found something helpful. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video, and come see me again. Subscribe if you haven't.